Welcome to the C-Suite Mentor, the place where you will learn the tools, strategies, and mindset to scale your business sustainably and build a lasting legacy. I'm your host, Theresa Cantley. As a fellow CEO, I understand what it takes to scale a business to 7 and multiple 8 figures. It's not necessarily what you might think. It requires a complete shift in how you think, strategize, and execute key actions in your business. My mission is to help CEOs step back into the driver's seat of their business by optimizing their operations, empowering their team, and staying in total alignment with their big vision. So, are you ready to exchange everything that hasn't worked for strategies that will? You're in the right place, so let's go. Hello and good afternoon. So I wanted to take a moment here to talk about what really makes good leadership. I am in the process of finishing the first draft of my book, and it is all about this, but it's not the type of book that, you might think it is about leadership. So because it's a lot of story about things that I've experienced with leaders that I've worked with, leaders that I've worked for, my own development into a leader myself, and it really brought up a lot of things, a lot of ideas, a lot of just memories and insights into really what makes a good leader. And when I say leader, it doesn't mean that you have to be like a manager in a business. It doesn't mean that you have to be a business owner. It just means that you are a person that wants to hold space for people to rise to their own highest level. That you are the type of person that really sees greatness in others and wants to bring it forward. So you can be a leader in a school. You can be a student in college and be a leader. So, but I wanted to talk about really what is good leadership like? What does it look like? Because I mean, it means different things to different people. So, but I wanted to give you my insights. And like I said, I had a conversation with a mentor of mine a couple days ago as we were looking at my book and the first draft and kind of going to that next level as far as, okay, what are the next steps with getting this book out into the world? So I've got 9 things here, and I'm going to work on getting through these and give you my insights as far as, again, what really is good leadership. And I think that in the world today, we do have a lack of good leadership. And my hope is that in sharing these things with you, maybe you'll take one insight, maybe you'll take all 9 and really let them sink in and do some things to start implementing them and integrating them into yourself, because I believe that leadership starts with self. It starts with how you lead yourself. And hopefully you can take these insights and you can look at them and say, how can I integrate them into me and how I'm showing up every day? How I integrate it into the person that, not just how I am today, but the person that I want to be, and really think about these things. If it's just one insight, maybe it's all 9, maybe it's 3, whatever it is for you. But again, I wanted to share this because my hope is that, again, we have a lack of good leadership in this world. I think people confuse leadership and power and, and things just get really messed up. I don't know another better word. So I'm hoping that, again, me sharing my own insights, and these are my insights from things that I've experienced in the good, bad, and really ugly of leadership, and also what I've done to take these things and start to integrate them into how I lead businesses that I lead, my own business, how I lead in my own business, and also what I coach people to do, CEOs, COOs, leaders in businesses, management teams, leadership teams, so that they can really like lead from a place of intention and from a place of creating positive change. So let's get started. So the first one is that they have God-sized vision. Like God-sized vision. Vision big enough for everyone. So how I view this is when your vision is big enough, other people's visions that are around you, other people that you're connected to, their visions will fit into that bigger vision. And a good leader, really a good leader, when they have that huge vision, they're able to get people that are around them to believe in what's possible. They believe in what's possible. They don't look at something and say, that's not possible. We're not going to do it. We're just going to let that go. They look at everything as it's a possibility. And not only do they look at it, but their vision is strong enough and big enough so that other people believe that it's possible. So a story of this is I work with an executive chef, and he is new into the business, and he is a remarkable guy. He has this humble confidence that is amazing. He is not outwardly, he does not boast, he does not brag. He is not outwardly like pushy but he's got this humble confidence where he has this huge vision for what he wants this culinary area to look like. And the way that he approaches it is through this love and care and passion for food and for the culinary experience that he wants to build and for the culture and the cuisine that he's working in. And the way that he talks about it and the passion that he exudes to his team, you can't help but jump on board. He doesn't say, you have to believe in this. What he does is he documents it and he demonstrates it through his passion and his love and his care of others, of his work, and has that true connection to self, that vision that he has is so big that everybody on the team, from front of the house to back of the house, they can see it, they can feel it, and they believe that whatever they're going to make, whatever they're going to do, it's absolutely possible. So really great leaders have that God-sized vision. They have a vision big enough that everyone else's vision, and it's important, using this executive chef as an example, he wants people to have their own individual visions, from cooks to dishwashers to prep people, whatever it is, to have their own individual vision for what they're doing and how they contribute to this larger vision. But again, he doesn't push it. He doesn't dictate it. He does it. He shows it. He demonstrates it. He does it through that sharing his love and his passion of what he's doing. So that would be number one. Number two is that they're willing to fail, and they're willing to fight every battle that comes their way, knowing that they're not going to win every battle. They're not going to lose every battle, but they're willing to step up and fight the fight. They're willing to get into that ring, and they're willing to fight that fight. And I think this comes from making a promise to yourself. Like, they make promises to themselves and they keep those promises. And if I say, I'm going to write, let's just make an example. I'm going to write my book. And I made that promise to myself. And I have fought many battles with myself and the inner critic that comes up and says, you're terrible. This isn't going to work. You need to give up. No one's going to read it, whatever comes up. But I stayed in the ring. I did not get out of the ring. I kept going. And I knew that I would win battles and I would fight battles with myself, with, again, keeping those, just things that I needed to do, things that I needed to look at, things that I needed to write. Like, that's just one example. Another example is that if one of the businesses that I run, we made a promise to ourselves that we were going to launch a particular line of products. And we have fought through battles of campaigns not working and products failing and, um, you know, people not being interested in it and the beta test not working. But we didn't give up, because the more we looked at it and we said, okay, you know what? It's going to fail. And those failures are going to give us the lessons that we need so that we can keep changing it. We can keep moving it forward. And what ended up happening was the environment that we were building was one of growth. It was one of people were seeing that, you know what, we weren't going to crumble. And we also weren't going to get hardened to this isn't working. And we're just going to just say, like, it's never going to work. And stuff that we do isn't going to work. And we're just not going to launch products anymore, or whatever. Instead, we said, okay, you know what? This didn't work. Let's try this. Let's make this small tweak, or let's launch it again and let's keep moving, because we know in our gut, in our heart, in our soul, that this is something that we need to do. And those failures, I heard Jamie Kern Lima, I was listening to something that she was saying, and she was saying that those failures are actually, they're pointing you to success. And we need to keep moving towards them, because you'll have 99 no's until you get to the one yes. So good leaders are willing to, they will fight every battle, and they will continue to get back up for those battles that they lose. They'll continue to get back up. They'll stand back up and they'll keep going, because they have a deep faith in what they're doing. They have a deep faith in themselves. They have a deep faith in their team. They have a deep faith in something bigger than them, something outside of them that is telling them that this is the thing that they need to do. And the more you have that deep rooted faith in this is the direction that I need to go, it's going to be met with adversity until you get past that, until you can get through that to the success that you're looking for. So number 3 is that they have emotional humility. They see the mistakes that they make, and they're willing to own those mistakes. And they're willing to own the fact that they don't have all of the answers. They're willing to own the fact that I made a wrong decision. And here's the thing. When other people make mistakes, they don't criticize, they don't reprimand, they don't, when when a mistake is made, they don't guilt someone. What they do is they look at them and they talk about what lessons are we going to learn through this mistake. And they realize that they have imperfections. Other people have imperfections. And those imperfections and those mistakes and those things are what make us all human. And when we're able to do that, like, I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and we were talking about a mistake that was made. And they were getting angry, and and you know what? Those are normal human reactions and everything. And it was like, it started to go down this road of, well, wait a second. It's a mistake. A mistake is not permanent. Nothing is necessarily permanent. So we need to look at that and say, what kind of a lesson can we learn from this? Or how can we help this person to not do it again? And if the person continues to do it again and they're doing it on purpose, well, that's another issue. But that emotional humility is to be able to say, I don't have all the answers. Yes, I am human, and I am imperfect, and I will make mistakes. And I know you will make mistakes. And from those mistakes, we will find our greatest lessons and our learnings. And we need to keep moving forward from there. The next one, and I love this one, and I learned this from somebody who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. They are great with the open road. They are willing to go the extra mile. to find success and a greater sense of aliveness. And also, they're willing to stand alone when they're doing this. They're willing to go that extra mile and go that road less traveled because they're on their way to finding growth and finding that true sense of self so that they can connect to that true sense of self. They're not trying to be somebody else. They're not trying to follow what everybody else is doing because it's easy. They're not just following the crowd and doing what, the rest of the industry is doing. They're willing to go that extra mile, and they do it to find a greater sense of aliveness and growth and a connection to true self. And here's the deal. That does not mean that they're constantly doing it alone. What it means is that they're understanding what is in alignment. They're willing to go that extra mile that other people won't go. And what happens is they're also willing to find the people who want to go along with them. They're willing to find the people who are mentors or people that they can help. And when we do that, that's how we work to make not only our dreams happen as a leader, but we work to make other people's dreams happen. They're willing to, and they're great with walking that lonely road. That road of not everybody's going to understand what you're doing, not everybody's going to agree with it, not everybody's going to want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm willing to do it because I know that if I go that extra mile, if I put in that extra effort, if I do that extra thing, that one more thing, that I know it's going to keep me moving forward, and I'm going to get criticized for it. People aren't going to agree with it. People are going to think I'm crazy. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to do it from the standpoint of I want to make dreams come true. I want to make this vision come true. And again, not everybody's willing to go that extra mile. But as Paula Abdul said, not everybody's willing to go that extra mile. Not everybody is willing to get on that open road. But when you do, it is wide open because of that. And when it's wide open, you're going to find the people. You're going to find your community. You're going to find those people that are going to do it with you, whether they're mentors, they're your team, they're people that you can help. And that's when we find that alignment, that connection, that true self of who we are. Next, they're willing to be vulnerable on the way to growth. And when we are vulnerable, when we're willing to ask ourselves those hard questions, when we're willing to dig deep, when we're willing to say, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on here. Or even I need help. I need some guidance. I need some help. I need somebody who knows how to do this because I don't. And from that vulnerability comes true leadership. Because from there, the true self, the true character is revealed. And from that place of vulnerability, it demands that we play to a higher level. It demands that our team plays to a higher level and the people that surround us. So when we're able to be and we're willing to be vulnerable, to ask ourselves those hard questions. I wrote something down the other day because I was really, really struggling. And I wrote something in my journal and I thought, I need to get this out of my brain. And it was, why am I so stuck? Why am I so stuck on this one thing? What is it? What is it that I cannot move past this? But you have to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I don't understand. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know what to do, but I'm willing to figure it out. I'm willing to get to the other side of this. I'm willing to not stay stuck. I'm willing to ask for help and say, I don't understand why I'm so stuck. And I'm actually looking at that question right now in my notes here. Why can I not get past this one thing? What do I need to do? Or what do I want to do that is going to go against the grain and challenge the norm and challenge paradigms and, but like, how can I get past this? And good leaders are willing to ask those hard questions, to be vulnerable enough to say, I'm human. I don't have all the answers. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what's next. And I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to find the answers. I'm going to figure it out. So that's the next one. They move with intention. And what I mean by that is sometimes we need to just go with our gut and we need to move, but there's always an intention there. They always have that intention to do good. They always have that intention that is backed by growth, that is backed by openness, that is backed by the willingness to really step out into the unknown and to really keep those promises that you're making to yourself and to others. So they're always moving from a place of intention. There is always intention there. When we work on projects in my business and even with the businesses that I lead, there's always an intention. I always ask, even when we're developing processes and how we're doing things, I always ask the question, why are we doing it this way? What is the intention behind this? And if we have to go with our gut, or why are we making this change? Why are we making this change with this team member? Why are we making this change in the business? And there's always an intention behind it. Why am I throwing this chapter out? Why am I just cutting this from the book? There's always an intention from it. And normally the intentions that I have in anything that I do, it's always to help and serve someone else. Because I believe that if I help and serve other people, that will also help and serve my own mission, my own movement that I'm trying to build. So good leaders always move with that positive intention, that intention that is backed by growth and transformation and change and aliveness and making dreams happen. And the last one that I want to say is that they build from the inside out. And what do I mean by that? They understand that the internal versus the external, and that our true gifts as leaders, our true gifts, our true uniqueness comes from the internal gifts, our kindness, our ability to hold space, our ability to listen, our ability to strategize, that is where our true our true leadership comes from. It does not come from a title. It does not come from your ability to, I don't know, kick a ball really far. It comes from our ability to help others, to hold that space for others, to rise to their highest level that they want to go to. We just hold the space. They can choose where they want to rise to. But it comes from understanding those internal gifts first and foremost. So I hope that this helped you. I hope that you can take one of these. Oh, I missed one. Sorry. One more. They understand that they're always going to have, and this goes with willing to fight every battle. They're always going to have that conflict. And that conflict could be regret. It could be mediocrity. It could be that conflict could be something like some kind of a nemesis. It could be a competitor. It could be whatever. They always understand that there is always going to be something that they're going to have to, decide which direction they're going to go. They're going to move in this direction or this direction and be fighting against that conflict. And they always know that they're doing it to get to the other side. They're doing it for good. They're doing it for the betterment of others. They're doing it for growth. Again, everything else that all of these things combined really share to make us really good leaders. So I hope that these insights helped you. I hope that in some form you could take these and you can say, hopefully it made you think, how can I really live into a better version, a growth version of myself by implementing one of these things. Notice I didn't say anything about it has to do with money. It doesn't have to do with status. It has nothing to do with your title, your role, any of that. It has to do with, first and foremost, who you are from the inside out. So I hope that this helped you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. And I will see you again here next week. Bye for now. Hey there. Thank you so much for listening. If you found value on this show, please follow the podcast so you never, ever miss an episode. And I would love, love, love if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify for me. Even better, share the show with a fellow business owner ready to step fully into their CEO leadership role. Because right now, more than ever, the world really needs next level leaders. And by the way, did you know you can text me all your questions and get real-time feedback? You absolutely can. Just text the word CEO to me at 610-215-2838 to get connected. One last goodie for you before I go. If you're ready to scale your business and have a co-creator working right by your side, my C-Suite Mentor Program may be perfect for you and your possible new second in command. Just visit thecsuitementor.com to get started.